Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy JTsuits here. I have to speak softly. This is a ASMR. Yeah. My wife and kid are sleeping. It is late. I had a long day of work. The Lakers just beat the Nuggets. Isaiah Thomas, dude, I love you, bro. You freaking... Alright, I don't want to start talking about the Lakers. I'm hyped. But welcome to a special ASMR. Yeah, twinkle, twinkle. No, I am not under the influence. My eyes are probably red because I work, many hours, and then I come home, spend time with the family, and then I do my stuff on YouTube like a second job because we're hustling, we're grinding, and I'm on the road to 100K, bro. It don't stop. You don't just work 10 hours during the day. You got to put in the extra work if you're passionate about stuff. And yes, I am on the webcam again. My camera is still getting fixed. I don't know why I'm staring at the microphone. Dude, you're not the camera. My camera is still getting fixed though, so bear with me with the webcam, but at least we have this microphone, baby. Oh yeah, bye. But as you can see from the title of the video, this is a Navy story that I don't know if I should tell, but I'm telling it because I think it's time. It's not nothing like crazy, but it actually is, something pretty cool that we got to do and experience, but it was not technically legal within the UCMJ, the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So, I guess I'll just start from the beginning real quick. And the reason I am telling you this story now is because the person that is involved in this story, like that was in charge, is not in the Navy anymore. So that's why I had waited, because this was a leader. He was like a chief at the time, and I think he made senior chief. But let's start at the beginning. Basically, we had all just gotten back from our 9-month deployment, to the Persian Gulf, floating off the coast of Iran and Iraq and all that stuff, doing combat flight operations. Good times. We had just gotten back and we were all happy. We're like, oh, dude, we're going to have a nice break. We're going to, have at least 2 years of no deployment, just chill on the base, work out of the hangar. It's going to be sweet, a sweet one. And nope. Come to find out, our whole squadron was being transferred to Japan. So we literally, let's say we got back in, I want to say September or October. And they said, okay, in December, you're moving to Japan. So just think, you just got back from a 9-month deployment, and then in 3 months, right before Christmas, you're moving to Japan. So I'm like, oh my God, we just got... But it's all it's all good, At the end of the day, I did get to live in another country, and it was pretty cool, and I got to go on deployment again. But that's not the story. The story is, so I was one of the first groups to be sent over to Japan. We didn't send all our helicopters at first. We sent 2 groups of 15 people. So there was about 30 of us in Atsugi, Japan, on the base, setting up our squadron, setting up our hangar. There was only 30 of us for about a month. All the other 250 people were still in San Diego on North Island. So it was really awesome, dude. We literally just painted. Dude, what do you want? I'm telling a story, Millie Moo. We painted the P-ways, cleaned the hangar, for 4 to 6 hours a day for a couple weeks. That's all we did. Got home early, got off work early. Got to experience Japan, got to just do whatever we wanted, dude, for a month. Go to Tokyo. So out of the 30 of us that were there was only one chief. There was only one person that was supervising us. It was badass. He was an awesome chief. It was really cool. And we had a really long day, 10 hours. Normally we were only working 4 hours. But that's not even, 10 hours isn't even a long day in when we're deployed or when we're actually working. Normally we work 12 to 14. But, we were used to working 4 to 6 hours, and we worked 10 hours. So the chief is like, hey, man, we're just going to relax. Don't worry. Stay here after work. I have a surprise. And, I should preface this by saying there are buses on Atsugi, Japan, that take you from your barracks to the squadron and back from the squadron to the barracks. So you don't have to get a car, really. You don't have to worry about driving. There's a little trolley that runs all day. And just remember that part, because it's going to come into play. So, like I said, after that 10-hour workday, before, there were still 30 of us there only. The 250 other members of our squadron were about to come the next week. and we were back to business, back to working on helicopters, back to preparing for deployment, all that stuff. No more 4 to 6 hour days. So we're waiting, we're done with work. We're in our uniform, our camos, NWUs, blue camos. And Chief comes back, and he has some stuff with him. He's got a bunch of pizzas, a shitload of pizzas for all of us to eat, relax. But he also brings not water, not Gatorade, not soda, some Bud Light, Miller Lite, cervezas, papis. Dude, beer. I'm talking the real stuff, dude. This ain't the 90s, the 80s. This ain't the Navy in the 70s, 80s or 90s. This is 2013, 2014, dude. In uniform. We were in our, we didn't change our clothes or anything. We're at work. He's like, hey, man, this is on me. This is a thank you for all your guys' hard work. We're going to relax. Just chill here at the squadron. And you can imagine what happened. 30 people, about 90 beers, and the good times were had, dude. And it was just an awesome time to experience, dude, like how the Navy used to be. Not that, you would get a shitload of beer at work. But, people tell stories all the time. Oh, we'd get off work, go into the parking lot, crack open a 6-pack, relax, have a cigarette or 3, and then go home. Like, what, dude, Chiefy, you guys used to drink in the parking lot in the smoke pit? Man, what the hell is crazy? And, 2000, a couple years ago, I got to experience, dude, something that probably none of you guys are ever going to experience. I can't imagine that ever happening. And we were just like, it was like the perfect storm, the perfect situation. We were the only ones in that part of the whole base. Atsugi, Japan isn't like a huge base, really. Like there's a couple hangar base here, a couple hangar base here, a couple hangar base here, and then there's the other side of the flight line, and there's fixed wing F-18 squadrons, hangar base. But the helicopter side, we're pretty much like on our own. And there's a corrosion control hangar, but that's besides the point. And then we take the bus. We didn't have to worry about driving or anything. We just took the bus back to the barracks after good times were had. And it's just it was a great memory, man. And I just got very fortunate. I got to experience all these like really rare things. I got to go through WOG Day and become a shellback and actually be hazed all day. Like it used to be. Nowadays, you don't even get hazed. Like people can't like pour shit on you, touch you, make you do embarrassing shit. But yeah, man, it was just a great story. And I believe that the person I'm talking about now is retired. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed this Navy story, and I hope you guys get to experience some things that are cool or rare or unique experiences in your military career. Because if you join the Navy and you get deployed and do a bunch of stuff, you will have some sea stories to tell. I was very fortunate that I got to do what I did and do a world tour and go to the Persian Gulf and the Mediterranean and the Pacific and the Atlantic and live in Japan and the Coral Sea and go to Australia and Hong Kong, Singapore, South Korea, Bahrain, Dubai, Turkey. What else? What am I missing? Thailand, Philippines. It's pretty awesome, man. Thank you guys so much for all the support. See you guys, brand new videos almost every day. And yeah.